Fresh Take is a free-flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subject matter. You've been warned. Enjoy the show.
And just as a side note, talking about myself, Jesse, and Anthony, I mentioned to Jesse and Anthony that some of your opinions on Godzilla, they want to fight you now. So
Oh, really? What did they say?
they're like, "What? He said what about Godzilla? No, 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 no. Okay, we need to talk to him about
Well, tell
Godzilla."
them to go watch this video right here. I might even just cut this part out and singleize it. So you two look at me right now, because I'm going to cut a promo on Godzilla. Look at me in the eye when I talk to you, boy. Godzilla is what you would call a good summer movie. And that it did its job as far as that. But the best thing about Godzilla was Godzilla. There's no doubt about that. The humans were the worst part about the movie, and it dragged the movie down. The only thing that redeemed that movie and got it to a 5 for me was the end part with the fire down the throat. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have gave this movie a 2 out of 10.
I gotta get you guys in a room.
Just go watch the CinemaSins on it. It's that simple. Go watch the CinemaSins video on it. I'll link it under here. And the CinemaSins video says everything I need to say. It says everything I need to say. I could be a jerk and be like, and just troll you guys and be like, hey, I'd rather watch the 1998 Godzilla with Ferris Bueller. My brother-in-law loves that one way more, by the way. I think he's an idiot for that. I'm not going to go and say that one's better. But this Godzilla was trash. They teased him constantly. They showed shots on a TV of him. They showed the doors closing. They never gave you what you want. It's like going to a strip club and getting a lap dance, and just before you're about to get what you want, the stripper walks away.
I will make sure I send them a link to.
I mean, look, Godzilla himself, badass. And with this, the ideas that Mothra and the rest of them are going to be in the sequels, I'm excited for that. Absolutely. Who wouldn't be? But I just didn't like the villains that they really faced in this either. And just the human element really ruined it for me, Joel. They just seem to get in the way. I just want to see monsters fight. That's all I want to see.
Bryan Cranston,
That's the other thing that freaking ruined it for me. I wanted to walk out of the theater after that. And then there's the one guy, let them fight. It seemed like he's a well-known actor. He's a great actor. He's been in great films. And it just seemed they just got him in there to be like, let them fight. Like, I just want to get a poster for Godzilla that just says, let them fight. Maybe do the next Mortal Kombat voice. Have Scorpion and Sub-Zero in one corner and be like, let them fight. That's all that he was in there.
He could do the voice for Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. Let them fight.
You pitch this movie around the idea. What was the tagline that every nerd, geek, everyone on the internet was saying? Heisenberg versus Godzilla. That's one of the reasons everyone wanted to say that. I remember seeing the trailer back in February and not being convinced about the film yet. Because 98 was a piece of crap. And I was like, another Godzilla movie? I don't know if I want to see that or not. Saw the trailer, saw Bryan Cranston in it. I'm like, oh, I like Bryan Cranston quite a bit. Devin talked me into seeing it. Said that it would be a great film. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to suck up, and I think this is going to be good because I love Bryan Cranston. Anything he touches turns to gold. I mean, it doesn't even have to be in Breaking Bad. How good was he in Argo? Fantastic in Argo. And some of the post-apocalyptic kind of set of the radioaction vibe after, I was getting hyped on that point because it kind of made me think of what a Last of Us film could look like.
Yeah.
And just all the build-up to that, really liked it. And then, spoiler alert, when he dies in such a shitty way, it's just like they zip the damn bag up. You're kind of like, oh, they're just teasing Bryan Cranston dying. He's not gonna die. He's the main character of the film. It's not the guy that does Kick-Ass. It's Bryan Cranston. They're not gonna have Quicksilver be the main guy.
Quicksilver and
Scarlet Witch was also just a mind fuck. Like, this guy, our brother and sister in
one movie
that I'm always gonna think about over this piece of garbage. And they're kissing and having a kid in this. It's always going to mind F me. I'm not taking the points away from the movie on that. That's just something I have to deal with personally watching the film. But Bryan Cranston was the main reason, one of the main reasons you wanted to watch this film. Am I not? Am I not right in that, Joel?
Oh yeah, definitely. When Jesse and Anthony were like, "Let's go see Godzilla," I was like, "Well, Bryan Cranston's in it, so I'll go
Exactly.
see it."
And then when they killed him off, it was just like I looked at Devin. I'm just like, the fuck? That's why I put money on this film, and he's dead like 20 minutes into this film. Like, uh, this was a rant, straight up. You can tell that it was. I get very heated about this discussion because when people get to their top 10 lists and they ask, "What was your favorite movie of the year?" and I like, "Oh, Gone Girl, Drop, Lego Movie, Guardians of the Galaxy." They're like, "What about Godzilla?" I'm like, "What about Godzilla?"
Can you just
IGN gave Godzilla a 9.5 and they gave Interstellar an 8.
what?
How is that? And I haven't seen Interstellar. Maybe it's not as good. I highly doubt that you can put Godzilla as a 9.5 and give Interstellar an 8 when Variety and all these other critics have called it the Space Odyssey of 2014.
Well, Josh, can you do me a favor? Can you take your little rant, cut it out, have a
Oh,
little
absolutely.
video?
I will tag Jesse and Anthony individually on this. And if I see Anthony at the basketball game that I call on Friday, which I don't know if it's on Shaw or not, maybe it is, I will let him know beforehand what I think about Godzilla. Put a Godzilla graphic in the thing when I say put on the board, Anthony. I don't care.
Well, this will be fun. I definitely have to get you guys in a room to talk
Look,
about
and
some.
like, that's the exact words that Devin said to me afterwards. I'm like, what? I just kind of sat there and I'm like, I was not huge on this film. And let me put it to another way too that I need to clarify for those two guys. I am huge on storyline driven stories. Summer movies and those things do not do it for me as much. To a point that even Chad Cogg, another creator on there, he's like, you can be a little stingy and a little underwhelming on these type of movies. You can kind of be kind of a dick on rating them. And I am totally ideal of that. My
Yeah.
favorite show is Mad Men, which is nothing but great storytelling, great acting. One of my other favorite shows, posters right behind you, Breaking Bad. Same ideal, led on great storytelling. That episode, Oz?
Ozymandias.
Maybe the greatest television episode next to that in the suitcase for Mad Men. Maybe the greatest single television episode I've ever seen, and that's how you do action correctly with human elements on there.
You have one of the best actors out there. Why not use him
That's what
in
I'm
your
saying.
movie?
So, but like I said, Devin turned to me right after and said that was a great summer movie. And if for that, yeah, it was a terrific summer movie. If you want to go to the film in the summertime, shut that brain off of yours, and just say, I just want to see some monsters destroying stuff. Then great, because you get 15 minutes of it, if that. Because the rest of it is annoying human element stuff. The train scene was ridiculous. Just go watch the Cinema Sins with it. That's one of the things. Just watch Cinema Sins with it, because the Cinema Sins has everything else I need to say about it.
There's one redeeming quality about it. They had a Walter White little Easter egg in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when at the beginning when they had the opening credits and they had Bryan Cranston and some of the words get crossed out and you freeze at a certain point, it has Walter and White at the.
That's pretty cool. I mean, Joel, this movie had one of the most badass moments in movie history, though, with the fire, the gamma down the throat. That gave it a 5 by itself.
Yeah.
Because that was so badass. Like, you couldn't help but watch it. Like, that is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not gonna troll and be like, oh, that was unimpressive. That was amazing. That was super cool to watch.
Kind of troll. I think that'd be a little more entertaining. Just being more friends with them,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
talking.
I love Jesse and Anthony. Like, shouts to them. They're good contributors to the pod, and they give a lot of good opinions. This is just something they don't like Transformers, by the way, do they?
Oh,
okay, good. If they like Transformers 4, then that would have been like an hour rant right there about what was going down.
I'd have to walk away and.
I will say too, I kind of like the direction of the film though. There was a lot of beautiful shots in it. The shot jumping out of the airplane, diving there, really like that. And the last thing I have to hit on with Godzilla, and it kind of goes back to the Avengers as well. I have made no bones about it that I love Superman, and I loved Man of Steel. What's the number one theme Man of Steel got criticized for, Joel?
the destruction in the city.
Godzilla destroyed the city! What the hell? Where's the anger for that? The Avengers did the same thing! Why is everyone getting mad at Superman for that?
Man of Steel wasn't that great of a movie. I'll just put that out there. That I fell asleep during that movie twice because I.
We're gonna put a pin in that. We're not gonna focus on that right now. Right now, we're gonna focus on Godzilla. But you gotta admit, that's being hypocritical. If you're not gonna get mad at Godzilla, and you're not gonna get mad at the Avengers, they did the same thing destroying the city, and nothing about it.
Batman completely set Gotham to a wasteland, basically.
Exactly, but he does this with Zod, and he gets nothing against him. That's a rant for another day. But that I just thought was ridiculous. That Godzilla can destroy the city. He's like, yay, he saved us. We don't care if he destroyed the city.
Man of Steel wasn't that good.
Why is that?
I'm being honest. I watching that movie, just there were some good moments.
The
but
stupidest part in there is the tornado part with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
That part still makes me scratch my head. There's other ways to kill Jonathan Kent off.
Yeah. Smallville had it right.
Yeah. So I will end the Godzilla rant right here. There it is. I'm ready for the responses to this. What were their before?
They didn't have much of opinions. They were just kind of.
They just thought it was awesome.
They're big Godzilla fans, and
That's cool. That's cool. Godzilla looked awesome in the film. There's nothing against Godzilla in the film. If you're gonna go by American-made Godzilla films, it was the best. Guess what? The other one that was made was a flaming pile of shit.
I don't want to speak. I'll let them speak for themselves. I think they can both not argue because I think they're going to lose. But I got to see this. This is one of the things that I kind of been looking forward to seeing is you.
I don't think I've felt this opinionated against a movie in a long time. But here's the thing, though, Joel. It's the classic, if this movie came on at 11 o'clock at night and I had nothing else to watch, would I sit back and just kind of be lazy and watch it? Probably.
Yeah, just because it's kind of there. And
so it gets a check mark on that. I'm not saying it's a terrible film. There's just elements of it that I did not like and really angered me. There was so much potential in it, shot beautifully, beautiful direction. The human element effed it up. Yeah. I wanted more Godzilla. Like, that's the only thing I want for it. And I think they can agree with me on that, too. I wanted more Godzilla.
Well, I'll definitely look forward to how this... I may have to go over to their place and shoot a video.
You may have to make this private, this video.
Maybe. Just maybe. Just for them to see. And
just for them to see, so people don't see the crazy host from Fresh Take.